Special thanks to Mr. Toshio Suzuki, the Honorable President of World Party, who has invited me to chair this meeting. This is a special privilege. Although I know uh, far less than executive members of this organization. But one thing I understand why this concept is important. I will say a few words about this concept. This is an emerging concept. People are accepting this concept. This is advancing. It's a positive concept. It's people friendly, no doubt. It is a strong and valid concept. It's relevant to the time and it is advancing today. This is what I will say in a nutshell about this concept. I will give you two reasons why this concept can win. Anything which win, there are many reasons, but two important reasons according to my mind is invention that changes scenario and there is a transfer of power from one set of rule system to another set of rule system. And another one is turmoil, social, economic, political, socio-political, this sort of turmoil. These turmoils, for that I will talk about corona. Corona pandemic, how it has been treated, how widespread it was. We are affected more by its preventive strategies than by itself. The preventive strategies have caused us widespread unemployment. The FTSE, when the business confidence has come down, FTSE dropped by 19%. Unemployment in USA alone is 10%. UK, India, Bangladesh 5%. And all countries are affected in a different proportion. But then this is projected by them, by the countries. We don't know what is the actual rate. Actual rate can be very, very high, very frightening. All these are there. All businesses which helps common people, they are at standstill. Travel, hospitality, retail, manufacturing, education. What has gained is pharmaceutical and medical. Obviously, those businesses are not controlled by the common people and bottom 50% of population. Then they're not going to be in that. So you can understand what is the situation, and so this caused social turmoil. How they cause, I will talk a little bit about that. But before that, why do we need a change? For that, we have to look at the system. Where are we? See, this rule system that came from long time ago. Initially, communities were ruled by people inside. Then feudalism. Then somebody said, "I will run your country." Then monarchy. His son, doesn't matter how effective he was, he got the power. Then his further son, and obviously they found some better, but they were much better people to rule in the public also, but they were never given a chance. Then imperialism. Then came socialism, democracy, communism, capitalism, liberalism, laborism, many isms. Yeah. But what we got after that? Today, inequality in the world is higher in the country which raise the flag of socialism and communism. Latin America, Middle East, Africa and Russia, Asia. These are the countries which have got higher inequality than USA, UK. Top 10% of people in these countries have got more than 50% of wealth. In USA, UK also, but lesser than. And what happens in these countries, I will blame for US and UK. So people need a change. Now, change word has been used, overused, abused. In any country, there are, say, 600 or 1000 politicians or 500 member of parliament. They have spoken 1,000,000 times, 500 million times in every election. Now for 10, 100 years or so, this has been going on. So billions of times this word changes. I think this word has lost its value. It should be removed from. dictionary also, I don't know whether it has got is any meaning left in that. Now we need a replacement of the system. We don't want to change. We need a replacement. So for all this, we have seen all. If you look at the social picture of the world, what do we see? There is a failure of justice, mismatched distribution of resources, gross inequality, uncontrolled and questionable unanswerable authorities. There is a lack of transparency, and deserving person doesn't get an employment, doesn't get his share in the wealth, in the production, in the resources. Non-deserving are gaining. In all over the world, these officials, they are not concerned about people welfare and their rights. You can easily see content of rules and laws at social, political, economic, socio-political, nearly all levels. Corruption, bribery, nepotism, favoritism is the tilt. This has happened many times. Many times governments change. There's a gross health inequality in different pockets of society. Xenophobia, racism, bias, privilege, power, violence. These all are being inflicted on individuals, organizational, community level and societal level. No level is escape from these inflictions. Now for all this, who is there to help? There is no one. One organization was formed to sort out these problems. Initially 27 countries joined. This was around 1940s, and then by 1940 year 127 they got lot great power, just like this world party is growing very quickly. Very soon we will have 100 members in 100 countries, not 100 people from 100 countries, you can say. Countries are not joining, obviously. United Nations, now United Nations has, what have they delivered? What are their resources? If you look at their $50 billion they get every year, maybe more. Plus foreign aid, in the name of foreign aid, around $200 billion, $140 billion come from China alone. US gives 35 billion, Germany 25, UK 18 billion, Japan 10 billion. Every country gives according to their capacity, some millions and all that. Australia gave around $400-500 million. But whom they give? Do they give to people? Do they give to Hungary? Do they give to somebody who need medicine? Do they give to somebody who need schooling? No. They give to the head of the authorities, who most of the head of authority in Africa, Asia, they are corrupt. I don't say, this is the government data, government statistics. They say they have got a high corruption perception index, low transparency level, high poverty, high crime, low education, low women's rights, lower child rights, child slavery is going on, women's slavery going on. Rape reporting is 1%. Conviction rate is further 30% of 1%. Imagine what is happening in these countries, and you are giving them money. So you are actually giving money to these powerful people who are inflicting, or part of the machinery which is inflicting the crime, brutality on the common people. So you are making them more strong. You are equally criminal when you are giving the money to these people. Okay? And if you don't know, if you are innocent, then you are too innocent to stay in the power. Please leave this power. There are many people, many capable people who can take over control of the management, and they can do much better job. It's my guarantee. And there are various charity organizations. You are giving them money. There are hundreds of charity organizations Whatever money goes to them, millions of dollars go to them. 80% goes to the officials, 10% goes to public. How is it a joke? Do you want to support these organizations? Think of it. So there is a need for people to unite and work towards this, to control this stealing. Sorry to use this word. Control this conspiracy. UN is not only failed in delivering economic benefits. UN is failed at every level. You look at Palestine crisis. Thousands of Israelis have died and thousands of Palestinians have died. And now today, Israel is controlling 85% of Palestine. How did that happen? Kashmir dispute could not be solved. In Cambodian civil violence, 2 million people died. In Somalia, 500,000 people died after the ouster of Muhammad Syed Barre. In Rwanda, since 1994, 20 years now, civil war is going on under Hutu's regime. 800,000 people, this is the reported death. Unreported, we don't know. Since 1990, Bosnia, problem going on, 8,000 Muslim boys and girls have been killed. In Sudan, Darfur conflict, it has killed 200,000 people. 2.5 million people have displaced. The UN can't do anything. Then they turn towards other countries for provision of asylum and all these things. Who knows which the people who are really affected, are they able to make to go to other countries? Even there, it's very doubtful. Who get to asylum? Or the real people, are they really getting asylum? Are they even getting the ticket? Again, the people in the power, they are the people who control who get the certificate of asylum, certificate of being a victim. So all these countries, imagine, USA give them $20 billion every year out of 50 billion. These $20 billion, do you think these war machines, how do they earn? If you look at United States budget, their budget, most of income is from export. But what do they export? They export war machines. And the war machine, if you want to stop that, how are you going to get the $20 billion? These are the machines which are earning by doing whatever they are doing. Then you want to stop that. How is it that possible? So what are you doing with us? What are you telling us? So all these things show that we need a change. Okay. Now I will tell you how social turmoil have transferred the power in the past. It has happened many times, but I will give you two recent examples. I was reading a literature of Mr. Toshio Suzuki which says poverty can be reduced. It's a very strong sentence. I'm also writing a book, not published yet, Global Inequality. I could not write the same because for that you should know, you should have knowledge, you should have brain training to understand and devise how it can be treated at the world level. He has. Now you can say what a book can do. In 1948, somebody wrote a book. That guy died in around 80s. But that book survived. That book kept on working. That book stood up, started walking, sat in the plane, started flying, running everywhere. That book went to nearly every country. Then World War I came. This and that book had triggered a revolution, revolutionary thoughts, and this has potentiated that thought. And revolution started nearly in every country. And why was that book so powerful? That was written by looking at the misery, agonies, slavery, ignorance, brutality, mental degradation, ignorance, superstitions, exploitation on the basis of belief, faith, trust, ideology, and religion. That's why this book was powerful. That book created a revolution. Obviously, with World War One helped with the loss of $1 trillion and $8 million deaths. That destroyed many dynasties. Dynasty of Russia, Tsar Nicholas, I think he was killed or he abdicated. King Karl of Hungary, Caesar of Germany, Italian and Ottoman Empire collapsed. Denmark, France, Netherlands, these empires were demolished and republics were formed. That was the effect of the book. And today, whatever child rights, female rights, women's rights, right of education, and right of equality, this 48-hour rule, which is more effective in capitalist countries. See, that is more effective in capitalist countries. They are following those laws more than the socialist and communist countries. So, all these countries have followed, and that book has caused. So, who say book can't do anything? Book can do a lot. History speaks. Then, second time, another turmoil happened, the Second World War. With 50 million deaths, $4 trillion losses, that turmoil has a very different sort of effect. Nearly 50, 60, 70, I don't know how many countries which were colonized, nearly whole world was colonized out of 160 countries, they all were decolonized. Not because of internal fight, not because of revolutionary or freedom movements or freedom fights. That is all because the colonizing companies had run out of money to service their officials to control these colonies. That's what has happened. And the benefit of that went to various great people of the world. They took the credit of that and they got big names. I don't want to say anything about that. So these are the places where you can see that this does affect. Now I will say one more thing. The people who are joining, I will say please join. Full passion, enthusiasm, with full support of power, and things will change. That's my guarantee to you. Now question will come that they might find themselves not financially strong or positioned in the government system somewhere. Don't worry about that. I'll give you a few examples. There is a lady called Oprah Winfrey in USA. Currently, she is one of the most influential women in America, in USA. Most influential. Even in the world. She could have run for member of president election as well. Then you look at our Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India. He is 13th most influential person. He was just having a very small shop. One Brazilian, Marina Silva, she is a politician and National Secretary General. She is coming from a very poor background. Benjamin Franklin, who is father of US history, he also is from a average background. Barack Obama, with only 4 to 6% Hispanic votes, how he worked out, sometimes luck also helps. he became the president. Abraham Lincoln, he lost 17 times, and he is the one who saved USA because he had the talent. Pakistan president, the former cricketer, he lost 21 times, and then he became prime minister. So if you check the history, Alexander the Great, he was a prince of Macedonia, a small place, and he ruled the world known to them. He ruled, he defeated India with 10 times more army. Plus India had elephants that time, and they did not know how to fight with elephants. Now, presence of mind, courage, confidence, he ordered his army to aim at the eyes of elephants. Once they did that, that created more destruction in their own camp. This is how they will. So always there is a way. You get it? Mughals, they came to India with a very limited number of people, and the vast empire was done by them. You know, Thomas Edison, he lost 20, he failed 200 times, sometimes some people say 400 times. Ultimately, he made it. Faraday, born in a very small family. Tesla was also same. Is Aristotle, Pluto, Plato, they all worked hard and they achieved. So there are possibilities are there. Genghis Khan, he did not even have food sometime to eat. One day he had the largest dynasty in the world. England, small country, they colonized nearly all world. So do not get demotivated with failures. Failures are bound to happen. These are not failures, these are trials. This happens. You can't win over president's son who has got a 30% following already. When I ran for election in Australia, first time I defeated two of the former presidents of the political party. Two former. Means they did not have following of the political party, then they became same as me, and still I defeated them. Means there is a possibility. So if I say I can get 30% vote, it's not easy, but one day possible. So I will say all of you should stand in election in your countries, everywhere. Don't worry about winning or not winning. You won't win as an independent or a new party. You won't win, but you will win in your purpose. If you get 1%, then 2%, then 4, 8%. Then the day you get 8%, 5%. If you get 2-3 people, they get 5% each, or 5 people, you get 25%. You help each other. That's why you can win. And stand everywhere with your determination, commitment, passion, zeal, grit, morale, principle, strategy, preparation, you can win. Now, one at the last, I will tell Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, they did not have an army of following. So, my friends, be consistent in your aim, objectives, and target. You will win. Thank you very much.